Hello and welcome to episode 50 of Clock Patience, and for this episode we've decided to pit the four decks against each other to see who is the greatest deck. Now we've already actually seeded them, so the two decks which have managed to get a win somehow in our 49 games so far are the Princess Bride deck and the number one deck. And the ones who aren't so lucky down here, the Princess Bride deck we're playing against the Sports Direct because spoilers, but they didn't do so well this week. I think that they're the worst deck of the four. So Seed 1 versus Seed 4, and that's Seed 2 versus Seed 3. So with their representative jokers there, just to we've not actually seen the jokers, so that's why I've decided to show them there. So the way this is going to work is there'll be one game played by each deck, and whoever has the better score will proceed to the final, where the two decks will play off against each other. So I'll start with the Sports Direct one, and first of all, we'll find out what the dice think, see which deck they think is going to win. So the black for Princess Bride and white for Sports Direct. They think it's going to be close, but the Princess Bride is going to win. So we'll see if they're correct. We'll begin the game with the Sports Direct cards because they're the challenger, really. They're the underdogs. They're the ones who've got to perform, because we know how well the Princess Bride cards can do. So we'll start with Sports Direct and see how well they do and if the Princess Bride cards can defeat them. Bounced a few ideas on how we could do this mini tournament, but I think that this is the fairest way. We could also have like a round robin where everyone plays everyone else, but that'll just be a lot of games. I think the way we're going to do it is we're going to have a game for each of the semi-finals, and then we'll have a game for the third place match and the winner's match. I've not thought about what to do if there is a draw. I think if there's a draw, then the higher seed will win, because they've earned that right.
You would have a rematch.
Rematch.
Yeah, maybe we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
If we come to the point where they've managed to get a draw, then we might consider having a rematch. So we start off with 2 2s and 2 9s, and I expect a queen here, and we are disappointed, as we often are of the Sports Direct cards. And a king straight at the gate. Obviously, they cannot perform under pressure, and I'm being quite an unfair pundit here, because they've actually improved across their week. They started off terribly, but they've managed to eke out some pretty good results, and as I see that, the 2 kings have been shown. There's an ace and a 5, and another 5. There's a 4. All the other decks are watching on, as the Sports Direct cards are put under pressure to begin with, and this will really set the pace for the tournament, really. Our first deck is done, and all the numbers are being shown, and our third king is shown, so that means that we're down to our last life. The 9s are done as well. 7s are nearly done. They're doing quite well, actually. This could be a close one here. The 6s are completed. 10s are almost done. That's the jacks done. Wow. Sports Direct cards are really doing well this time. The 7s are done. That's the aces done. Wow, this could be a very good result for the Sports Direct cards. We're down to 6 cards remaining. 5 cards remaining. Okay. And there's a queen. Wow, 3 cards after this one. And that's the result. 3 cards remaining. So I'm not sure if we can 3 cards left over. Maybe we'll have a scoreboard in a second, but I'll set those 3 cards aside. And the Princess Bride cards are sweating, surely. They've done better than 3 cards. They've actually won this game. They've come close. They've had 1 card. They've had 2 cards. If any deck of cards can win a game or get less than 3 cards, which the Sports Direct cards have done here, then it is the Princess Bride cards. So, although they're the underdogs coming in, the Sports Direct cards getting 3, even that might not be safe to win this game. And we go straight on to match 2. The Princess Bride cards. Not surprisingly my favourite deck of the 4, as I'm most closely attached to the subject matter. It's a very good movie and a very good book. And I'll be very disappointed if they are not able to beat the Sports Direct cards, who I've been very harsh towards, and rightly so. But I understand that has also only been 1 week that we've been able to see them. So maybe this is a sign of things to come. Anyway, the reigning, I'm not saying reigning, but they're the last week that we had them, they were doing exceptionally well. I can't remember the average. I think it was around 5 or so, but there's no way that will be beaten for an average overall. So no matter how they perform here in the tournament format, we know that they are a formidable deck to be playing Clock Patience against. That's 2 jacks down. We're into our ace and 2. There's another 2. And a 5. That's our first king. That's not a good sign. But we do trust in the Princess Bride cards to continue even when kings are turned over. And that's 2 kings gone. This is terrible for the Princess Bride cards. That's all the numbers turned over already. Most of them only once or twice. I think all of them only once or twice actually. And our 3 is the first one to have 3 turned over. There's our queen and our 6. There's the jack pile done. We've still got 2 kings left in these cards. There's our 2's done. Our second 9. That's our queen's done. That's our 5's doing very well. Our 7's down to 1 card. 8's down to 1 card. 9's down to 1 card. 8's completed. 10's down to 1 card. And we're down to our last life. Ooh, this could be an upset for the Sports Direct coming up here. But we'll turn over these cards as slowly as we can so we can have the full experience of the game. So that's the 4's done and the 10's are done.
How many cards left?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now there's 6 cards. And so here, okay, this means that no matter what, we've managed to tie the game. If this is a king, then it's a tie. If it's an ace, 3 or 9, then they win. Oh my goodness! That is ridiculous. Okay. Hold up here. This, I don't know how we even... Man, there's ace, 3, 9. Okay, so here we've got the 3 cards here. 3 cards from the Princess Bride. 3 cards from the Sports Direct. I mean, like, I suppose we could, like, turn them over and add them up or something like that. That's 13 and that's 21, but like that's not fair. That's not fair on the Sports Direct card, which did amazingly there. I think that we're gonna have to have a rematch, and before we do the rematch, I think we should probably play the other cards first, or I don't. Do we do it like? I guess we play another game each.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, next time another game each for these cards. Unfortunately, fortunately, that's nail-biting stuff right there. You know how to, yeah, anyway, see you next time, I suppose.